Yeah, all good, all good. It's another hot one today, and just been for a walk this Savo and doing a bit of reflecting on the news. I heard yesterday that Kasper Schmeichel's retired from playing football, and it brought back memories when I was a performance coach at Berry. I was performance coach, conditioning coach in the youth setup from 203 till 205, and then into 205 about September, October. The first team had a run of bad results, and Chris Kasper was head of youth, took the role as first team manager, and I sort of joined him as performance coach, conditioning coach, and it wasn't easy because we sort of started the starting line behind a lot of teams. We had to make up ground to fight for survival, and we had to sell players, and there wasn't a lot of money knocking about to get anyone in. So Chris had to sort of like look to get loanings and other stuff. And I thought one of the masterstroke loan signings was Kasper Schmeichel from City. I mean, he come late February. It was late February 2006. Kasper come along and he played about 15 games or so, staying corrected. But he was a huge presence, and I think he's an example of any player how important it is to sort of like, roll your sleeves up and play first team football. And incredible, really. His attitude and fantastic athlete, fantastic person as well. And I think it's an example of any player how important it is to play, first team football. And look, there was nothing glamorous about Berry at the time when you think about it. We were training at Gauche and other stuff. We didn't have the sort of resources and everything else. But he come along and, he got stuck in. And I suppose two memorable games for me were, he performed in pretty much every game. But I think two memorable games for me was we played Rochdale away. It wasn't long after Kasper had arrived and played him away. And it was a tough game. Ended up 1-1, if I can remember correctly. And his dad was in the crowd watching as well. And, and the other game as well, I think, early April, we went away to Stockport, Edgley Park, and 1-1-0. I thought Kasper was absolutely fantastic that game. Those were two memorable games, but look, overall, he was fantastic in my time there, and I think he's a great example for any young player. Great attitude, great person, and there's no real surprise that he would go on to have the career that he had. No surprises there. You could see that, it couldn't have been easy for him to come into a team that was sort of, battling relegation at 19 years of age, and obviously sort of like, having arguably one of the greatest of all time keepers as a dad. Whatever pressure that brings, I don't know. But look, for sure, I think, I really want to wish him all the best in his future endeavours. And what a fantastic lad and fantastic keeper.